We've just seen Bitcoin and the entire crypto markets crash due to geopolitical tensions between Iran and Israel. To add on top of this, we're going to the Bitcoin halving in 4 days' time, which historically has always been highly volatile. And Bitcoin, as we speak, is whipsawing and blowing accounts up, and it may look like the bull market is over. But if you zoom out and look at higher time frames, we'll see that everything is playing out just as planned. In this video, I want to show you what my plans are going into the next week and where I believe the markets are going. In my previous video, I said that there's going to be a lot of upcoming volatility going into the halving and that we'd likely test the prices in the purple box and even come down and sweep the lows into the 60s. I also said that Bitcoin dominance looked like it wanted to go up as it kept tapping and tapping the resistance, wanting to turn into support. If Bitcoin dominance went up, while Bitcoin went up against USD as well, alts would lag behind but slower, but still stay positive against USD. But if Bitcoin dominance went up, while Bitcoin went down against USD, alts would bleed massively, and which they did. And if you weren't looking at a chart and just looking at the emotions of everyone of what happened in the past few days with the Bitcoin crash, people calling the bull run is over, pack your bags, go home, it's all done. Well, if you just look at the charts and zoom out and look at the key high time frame levels, you'll see that everything is playing out just as planned. That the prices are just retesting high time frame levels. So what does that mean? Right now we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily. If we just zoom out to 1 week and look at the previous cycle highs and the key support zones, and if you zoom out to the monthly, you'll see that the key support zones and resistance zones that we see on the 3 month, the 1 month, and the 1 week are just purely being retested. It might have seemed like there was a massive crash, but as you can see on the charts, it had to just come back up and come back down to retest those key support and resistance levels before we can go higher. Coming into the Bitcoin halving, we always knew that there was going to be volatility. Maybe not in the form of geopolitical tensions, because you can't really time that, but the charts always tell the truth. If you look at the prices in the charts, they're always holding those key time frame levels. And as Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. GCR coming back from the dead. As you can see, if you've been sidelined, believe this is a good opportunity to scale into high conviction tokens. If you're fully invested, just survive, hold your spot positions, and don't capitulate. Liquidations are a forced transfer of wealth from traders who need leverage to wealthy spot buyers. And as I was enjoying retirement from social media, but don't want to see my brothers get shaken out because the future is still so bright. So I hope none of you panic sold your bags and weren't using leverage and getting stopped out. And how do you prepare for what's going to happen in the next few days or the next few weeks with this upcoming volatility? I think it's going to take a few days for the dust to settle. I keep posting about this, but remember to position slowly. You don't need to go and FOMO in with 100% of everything that you have right now. Turn it into clips, right? You want to split it up into potentially 5 clips, so 20% each time that you want to make a purchase. When you're going to make a purchase now, you don't know that it might go lower. We might go down and retest those lows. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily, as you can see, we're testing range lows now in the lows 61, but we could actually go down to the quarterly. We could go down as low as 58K. We don't know what's going to happen. There could be more tension between Iran and Israel. There could be other countries that join in that shakes market participants out. So if you're going to buy now and you're going to put everything you have 100% in and you see it, Bitcoin crash coming down another 5, 6, 7%, and then you panic sell your bags at the bottom and then it keeps going up and then you rebuy back higher. So you have to be able to, take the volatility as it comes, and you don't want to make rash decisions and just go in with everything that you have right now. Take it slowly, stop being rushed. Do things. Time is your friend. Small sizing, slow building. Now, I'm sure the question is, how do you actually prepare for the next crash? How do you actually benefit from it? Well, number one, when you feel that true fear when the market is crashing, it's going to be hard to make that purchase, right? It's not going to feel good. But that's the exact reason you need to do it. You need to go against your emotions. While everyone is selling out of massive panic, you are going to buy. And that's why you see these long wicks going down, because they're bought up so quickly. They're hitting key zones of support that are being bought up quickly. So with this example of Solana, we were sitting at 200 and 180 before the crash. And how would you know which levels to buy at, right? So you want to zoom out to the weekly, to the monthly, and you want to look left always to see what were the key zones of support and resistance, and you just want to map them out, and you want to have limit orders going down. So I've just mapped them out here. The first zone that you saw wick through that one completely, and now it's sort of preparing to see whether this can be a support or resistance, and also wick down into the lower level. And if it surpassed that, would most likely wick down into this level. So the way you want to strategize it is you want to sort of layer them in. The lower they go, the more you want to buy, right? So if let's say you had 100%, maybe you were going to go, 20% here and then 40% here, and then the rest of it 60% or whatever. I'm not even doing math right now. But as you see, increase the amount that you buy as it goes lower, because those are the better entries that you're going to get. And if you've been following me on Twitter, I'm going to put it somewhere over here. You'll see that I've been talking about Desync, Destra, which is a crowd favorite, and I've been following it the whole way around. And I've said on the 11th, just before I made my video, that 5 lower highs in a row and it retests the support. I don't think the blue box is going to hold and most likely hit the orange box. And I said I'm still bullish on it long term, but I sold my positions and that I'm going to rebuy in the orange box. And as you can see, it wicked once into the orange box and then also went back and wicked again into the orange box. Hope you caught an entry in the orange box like I mentioned, and it's gone up now. And now it's actually come back to retest this blue zone of support. And I think this is now a strong level of support, and it's just going to continue to go up unless Bitcoin comes down and tests those ranges again, that you might have another chance here at the orange box. But as you can see, this is a very strong rally coming back down to retest that level and to go again. And looking at GPU, you want to make sure you're looking at coins that show strength in dips. You can see here when the GPU wicked down, if you bought it, you'd already be up 200%. So you would have done a 3x. And why did AI coins, crash so much harder than the rest of the market? And it's because it's really speculative, right? When you're buying an asset that doesn't have actually any products that have been shipped yet, and people are just buying it and the valuations are going absolutely crazy. When the market crashes, what are you going to sell? Are you going to sell your AI coins? Are you going to sell your gaming coins? Your ETH? You're going to sell your Bitcoin? As I said, and Bitcoin dominance goes up as Bitcoin is going down against USD. Assets and liquidity goes out from risky assets into less risky assets. So that's why AI, being a more risky asset that doesn't even have any products shipped yet and is still just all about ideas, that liquidity is going out of a more risky asset into less risky assets such as Bitcoin and ETH. And looking at what GCR believes, what is the future, and also why you shouldn't be panic selling your bags right now, is he believes China and Asia will fuel the next run, and it will take some time to melt Western cynicism towards this space, but the East is ascending and yearning to flex. Following that, with Hong Kong gives initial Bitcoin and ETH ETF. There are advertisements in Hong Kong now in billboards, which are just advertising the Bitcoin and ETH ETF. This is super bullish. There's a lot of money in the East that is playing in the crypto markets. And now when the market's in a place where everyone's less interested, when the AI coins were pumping 20-30%, people wanted to sell their houses to go into the AI coins. But now the market looks less interested and people don't want to, scoop up the lows. So what you actually do right now when the market is not looking so hot, you want to be looking at coins that have just launched previously, that were going to absolutely go and fly to the moon, or the coins that are going to be launching soon and that people aren't really going to be paying attention to. So I've listed out here some AI and gaming coins: Skillful AI, GPU.net, MyPetHooligan, Bloodloop, GamesGG, Off the Grid, and Neon Heroes. And one that I really want to just highlight is GamesGG. As you can see here, it's valued at $14 million market cap, and it has a fully diluted at 250 million. Circulating supply is just 6%, so it's a very low float. And when you have a very low float, you have things that absolutely just pump. So GamesGG is basically a marketplace where you can discover games, reviews, guides, quests, and news. As you can see here, you can come and look at the games, you can look at the reviews, you can look at guides, genres, analytics, you can look at quests, gaming news, awards, and NFTs. There's also MyPetHooligan, and they're going to be launching Carrot, which is their in-game currency. There's Bloodloop, first-person shooter, and also a DeFi economy. You've got Team Deathmatch, Energy War, Free-for-All. This is upcoming, and you can also create your own avatars, which is really cool. There's Chronoforge, which is more of a cartoon-style battle arena, and GPU.net. GPU.net is very similar to Node AI, which is going to be the helping of rendering images, rendering videos, and this is going to be launching the token in Q2 of 2024. And then also Skillful AI. Skillful AI is very similar to PAL. PAL is already valued at $300-400 million market cap, and it's all about creating chatbots using AI. So that's my thoughts on the current market and what I'm doing in the next few days. I think there's going to be a lot of volatility as Bitcoin will continue to chop and maybe even go down and test the 58 to 60K region. I wouldn't be panic selling anything, and I would be looking to accumulate things if Bitcoin does go to the 58 to 60K region. I think that's going to offer really good buying opportunities for the altcoins that you like, that are showing strength in the market. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and turn on the post notification bells so you know every time I post a new video. In the next video, I want to talk about what the upcoming narrative is going into the halving in the next few days and going after the halving. And that's going to be talking about the Bitcoin Runes protocol and the Ordinals protocol and the NFTs and the meme coins that are around that.